Dust on the Moon here. Wanted to go over all the games that happened on New Year's Eve, December 31st, last day of 2020. Let's get into it. The first game is the Cleveland Cavaliers and Indiana Pacers. Pacers won pretty comfortably. They're without T.J. Warren, who has had a foot injury and who is gonna be out for a long period of time. So if you have T.J. Warren and without IR, it'd be very tough to hold him. Kind of unlucky. He was really hot in the bubble, and I think if he were healthy this year, he definitely could continue the performance in the bubble because he's a good player. And on the Cavaliers side, big games from the two guards again, Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. Those two guys are definitely both breaking out. Uh, and also Larry Nance Jr. had a pretty big game as well without Kevin Love. He's gonna be this good when given 35 minutes. He's gonna grab 9 rebounds, scoring low scoring, but he's gonna give you 7 assists, the most on the team. That's really scary, and he's a good steals guy and blocks guy, so he can fill up the stat sheet. Kevin Love is going to be out for a couple of weeks, so definitely hold him. But once Love comes back, he is not going to have 35 minutes a game. That's for sure. But he's still going to have a role on the team, but just not like this. Andre Drummond played only 25 minutes. Might be in some foul trouble. Still pretty strong game. 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and a block. But the field goal, still as a center, trolling your field goal like this is not good. JaVale McGee had 13 minutes. Cedi Osman, 21 minutes, didn't do anything. And both horrible minus 19 and minus 21 for JaVale McGee. Why only playing 13 minutes? That's crazy. Let's look at the Pacers side. With Warden out, there is really nobody that hugely benefit because the majority of minutes is gonna go to McDermott and Justin Holiday. Those two guys, they just aren't doing much. Sabonis still there. Sabonis and Brogdon, and I guess Oladipo, a clear top 3 guys. On this team, everybody put up big stats, and Miles Turner. Sabonis, still strong, almost averaging a triple double. Other than free throw, he's really strong across the board. Miles Turner continues his hot streak in getting steals. I think he's averaging like 2 steals a game this season. That's like really, really elite. And give you 2 blocks a game with pretty good, decent efficiency. So if Miles Turner can keep this up, it will be really scary. But I don't think he's gonna average 2 steals a game. It's mainly just Cavaliers probably donating to him. Victor Oladipo, pretty strong game again. 16 points, 8 assists, really good. Most on the team. Didn't really shot the ball well, but that's okay. Also getting the 2 steals. Malcolm Brogdon, 17 points. Somewhat good free throw efficiency. Did not shoot the ball really well. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon last year and the year before, he was never a good steals guy. His steal average was always below 1 as a guard. But he for sure picked it up this year. Let's see how many steals he's averaging. That's one thing about him that kind of was holding him back. Just wasn't getting the steals. Look at this. Yeah, he averaged 0.6 steals last year and 0.7. This year he's averaging 1.6. So let's see if he can continue getting this many steals a game. Okay, let's go back. McDermott getting those 25 minutes, but he's winning a points and 3 guy. Justin Holiday, he's a pretty decent steals guy, but very inconsistent. You don't really want to roster him. The second game is Chicago Bulls versus Washington Wizards. I think Wizards lost 5 games. They are 0-5 right now. They're in deep trouble. Um, Bulls were without, I think, Laurie Markkinen and a bunch of other guys because of COVID. So Otto Porter Jr. went off playing 30 minutes, shot the ball really well, 28 points, 12 rebounds. So, but once Markkinen comes back, he's not gonna have this big of a role. So it's just one game. Kobe White, I think, what's his name? Sadorensky, the backup point guard, is also out. So Kobe White got his 40 minutes. Shot the ball 16 times, only hit 5. But the counting stats are there. 6 rebounds, 10 assists. The defense is not there yet. Hopefully, it will come in the end. But he is a plus 14. That as a starter, I guess he did play 40 minutes, but that's pretty encouraging. That means the 8 minutes that they were sitting out, the Bulls were minus 11 because they won the game by 3. That's interesting. Wendell Carter Jr. 23 minutes, only 23 minutes. The stat line doesn't look that bad, 16 points, but he was minus 24. Jesus Christ! And while his backup center Daniel Gafford was plus 23. So basically, when Wendell Carter Jr. was on the court, he got destroyed. A minus 24. That's somewhat worrying. But they did get the win. Zach LaVine also did not shoot the ball well, but 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. That's good enough. 1 block. That's good enough. Daniel Gafford, 7 for 8, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Does it mean that going forward, Daniel Gafford is going to get more minutes over Wendell Carter Jr.? We will see. I don't know. Thaddeus Young, that's his first game of the season, I believe. 19 plus 19, 15. He's a good steals guy as a power forward. I think his career every year he averaged about 1.5 steals. So even you steals, definitely grab this guy. If he gets 25 minutes, he will give you those steals. On the Wizards side, it's Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook played 39 minutes. Why he plays so much? Anyways, another triple double. Yeah, it's pretty safe to say Westbrook is going to average a triple double this year, and he wants to. He's not gonna win, so might as well get a triple double while losing. You can't really fault him for that. Pretty strong game. Free throw line kind of sucked, 3 for 6, but the counting stats are there. Also hit 3 threes. Bradley Beal, 28 points, 12 of 13, getting to the line a lot, 28 points, but nothing much. Nothing else. Thomas Bryant, really strong game, 10 for 11. Yeah, he destroyed Wendell Carter Jr. When he was on the court. Did not missed only 1 shot, 28 points. Yeah, still Wizards lost. Look at this, like Wizards shot the ball really well too, 48% from the 3. How did they lose? That is interesting. They went to the free throw line 41 times. How did they lose? 84 shot attempts, 92. Yeah, Bulls were probably getting more second chance opportunities. 37 rebounds versus 44. But wow, when you're shooting the ball this well, 40% and you still lose, it kind of sucks. Oh yeah, on the Wizards side, Hachimura came back. Played 25 minutes. This guy is mainly a points guy, and his efficiency, his free throw is not that good. So if you want to pick him up for points and some rebounds, you can go ahead. Bertans still struggled. Oh for it. Oh boy. Yeah, let's move on to the next game. Yeah, Wizards needs to pick up some wins soon because I will be worried that Beal and Westbrook, if once we get to the end of the season and they're out of the playoff picture, they are not gonna play those guys 35 minutes, right? They better pick up some wins now, otherwise, if they miss the playoffs, they might start sitting those guys out. And for the Sixers and Orlando Magic, Sixers just destroyed Orlando 116-92. It's a blowout. So just easy work for Joel Embiid. 21-9. It's pretty easy to count on Joel Embiid to give you 20 points, 10 rebounds every game. You can't. It's pretty easy to count on that in his sleep versus most teams, unless he's playing Marcus All, right? He's gonna get you 0 points. Seth Curry 24 minutes, Ben Simmons 24 minutes. Ben Simmons attempted a 3-point shot and made it. Sixers shot the ball really well, 45%. Danny Green did not. Tobias Harris had a pretty strong game, 20 points and 9 rebounds. He give you those points and rebounds, but nothing else. Seth Curry had a good shooting game, 21 points. Shake Milton as well, but none of those guys are a must roster player. They're just kind of they're specialists. Matisse Thybulle did get his 17 minutes, got you 1 steal and 2 blocks, but yeah, this guy as of right now not getting enough minutes. Dwight Howard 14 minutes, interesting. And look at the Magic side, a blowout, so everybody's minutes is pretty low. Vucevic is scary -29. Markel Fultz. So yeah, this starter got absolutely destroyed. Evan Fournier only played 7 minutes. I think he got hurt. Aaron Gordon 20 minutes. Yeah, he's 1 for 8. Not very good. For some reason, Dwayne Bacon is getting consistent 27, 28 minutes a game. Yeah, this guy was not good. He was on Charlotte last year, I remember. And the first week, both him and Devontae Graham had a great game. And I decided to pick him up over Graham. And it turns out I was very wrong. This guy is not very good. It's a blowout. Interestingly, Cole Anthony got 30 minutes, struggled from the field, 5 for 18. Did get 16 points, 7 rebounds. This guy, if he gets, I think this guy is good. If he gets enough minutes, he'll put up big stat. The thing is, he's playing behind Markel Fultz, whose role on this team is pretty solidified. So there's one problem there. I think Magic lost their first game of the season as well. So Magic start off the year hot every year. I think this is not the first time they did that. They did this. They kind of fall off. The next game is Rockets versus Kings. Rockets got the win. All the guys on the Rockets came back. John Wall, D Cousins. We'll talk about them later. We'll talk about Kings first. They lost the game. Harrison Barnes. Yeah, Luke Walton likes to give him big minutes. And he just keeps proving me wrong. He's having a good season so far. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 6 for 6, good efficiency. Also got 1 steal and a block. So I guess at this point it's tough to not pick up this guy because he's been playing pretty well. Marvin Bagley not so much, 1 for 9. How do you shoot 1 for 9 as a power forward? And maybe Christian Wood is too good? Not sure. Richaun Holmes really strong, 36 minutes, 22 and 13, really good efficiency. Yeah, this guy is a monster. Buddy Hield, 37 minutes, 19 points, just another Buddy Hield game. De'Aaron Fox also struggled shooting the ball, but getting those 4 steals and blocks and 6 assists is really good. Corey Joseph, 22 minutes. Yeah, not to worry about that guy. Hassan Whiteside, 3 minutes. Yeah, at this point, like the most Hassan Whiteside is gonna play a night is like 20, and some nights he's getting 3 minutes, so it's hard to roster this guy. We can only stream him. Bielitsa 15 minutes. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. He seems like a good defensive guy, getting 2 steals. Last game he also got like 3 steals. Pretty good defensive guy. Good points, decent points. This guy's a rookie, so I imagine them will try to get him more minutes as the season goes on if he's good. So just keep an eye on that. But if you want to pick him up, go ahead. A lot of upside. On the Rockets side, strong game from Harden. Yeah, it doesn't really matter who else is coming back. Harden is the number 1 guy on this team. 33 points, 8 assists, a steal, and a block. 6 turnover, but that's okay. John Wall also very strong. This is his first game in I don't know 2 years. He's been eager to get back to the court and put up really big, pretty good stat. Shot the ball 20 times, so that's good to see. You don't draft John Wall for his efficiency. Uh, Attempting 20 shots is good. 2 for 8 from the three. Those 9 assists is really good. 6 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 22 points. So if he can't stay healthy this year and you drafting him late in mid round, he's definitely gonna give you that. Christian Wood, another monster game, 21 points, 12 rebounds. Yeah, this man is a fantasy cheat code. Just super. He's got really good hands. Can catch lobs easily. He can also shoot the three as a big man, something Harden never had. Right. I don't know if Harden seeing how Woods has been, if that actually changes his mind. He wants to stick around. But given this roster, Harden wants to win a ring. There is no way. Right? But they're getting into the playoff pretty comfortably. But we need the chip there, unless DeMarcus Cousins back to his prime. Cousins, first game back only got 14 minutes, but I imagine he'll get more minutes as the season goes on, and they probably play him and Christian Wood together as well, because Christian Wood can be a power forward. Anybody else? PJ Tucker, interestingly, did not take a shot, but did what he did: 3 steals, 2 blocks, 6 rebounds. Daniel House, really efficient game, but the defensive stats are not there. You don't really want to roster this guy. But it's good to see Rockets pick up a win here. The next game is Toronto Raptors and New York Knicks. Knicks sticks out, destroy 83 points, only score 83 points. Yeah, when I look at the Knicks roster, everybody is really, it's a she player to me. Other than, I don't know, Julius Randle, who I guess that's one difference Tom Thibodeau brings. He's gonna play the starters high minutes. So our guy RJ Barrett and Julius Randle got their minutes. Another really strong game from Randle, even though Knicks got blown out. RJ Barrett 4 for 19. I think the first game he shot the ball, he was like 15 for 19 from the field, and he's probably never gonna do that in the next 5 years or so. 4 for 19 this game. 0 for 8. From the three. That just tells you, oh my God, Reggie Bullock also 0 for 9 from the 3-point line. They shot, they made 3 threes, 8% from the three. Okay, maybe Raptors is a really good defensive team. Mitchell Robinson 25 got his 25 minutes, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Did not have a block, but he will bring the blocks if he played 20 minutes a game. So that's really good. Alfred Payton only 23 minutes. Yeah, when all those guys are out, all those point guards like Alec Burks, who else is out? Like Danny Smith Jr. When those guys didn't even play a minute, and Frank Ntilikina and Alfred Payton only playing 23 minutes. That's somewhat concerning, but he did have a decent game: 14 points, 4 assists, and a steal. Reggie Bullock, I don't know why, but you don't want to roster this guy even when he was playing 40 minutes. Only give you 3 points. Nerlens Noel, 18 minutes again, just not enough minutes. Kevin Knox, doesn't really matter if he playing 30 minutes. You don't really want to roster guy. Austin Rivers came back playing 21, but this guy is not really relevant. On Toronto Raptors side, I think Pascal Siakam got suspended by the team. Interesting decision by the Raptors. But gives opportunity to Norman Powell, who had a good bounce back game. 17 points, 2 steals and a block. OG, he had a really good game last game. Shot the ball really well, getting those 5 steals. This game only 1 for 10, 0 for 7. Still give you 1 steal, 7 rebounds. Yeah, this guy is you mainly get him for his defense, not much else. Maybe some decent rebound. Aaron Baines, yeah, you don't want to roster this guy. The minutes, like between Aaron Baines and Chris Boucher, they're splitting the minutes. So nobody, like Chris Boucher obviously had the higher upside because he he shoot threes. I guess Aaron Baines does as well, but Chris Boucher just get way more blocks than Aaron Baines does. So you want to roster Chris Boucher, not Aaron Baines. Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet both strong games, 20, 25 points, 4 and 7 assists each. Anybody else on the Raptors that interesting? Nope. Okay, let's go to the next game. The Pelicans versus the OKC. Pelicans. Let me just move this to here so I can. Pelicans won the game pretty comfortably. The final score is 113 to 80, while OKC got destroyed. But that's understandable. OKC, everybody is like under 22 years old on OKC, other than Al Horford. So it's a blowout. Really not much to read into it. Ingram, pretty strong game, 20 points, 7 rebounds. So it seems like I was saying earlier that, hey, Brandon Ingram may not put up the big stats he was putting up last year because Zion is back, but that doesn't seem like an issue to him. He's still the big dog on the team, attempted 16 shots. Zion Williamson, only 17 minutes. I think it's because of the foul trouble. He has 4 fouls, and also probably once he came back, the game is already is a blowout. So you want to sit him when you can. Steven Adams, 31 minutes, strong game, double-double, 1 steal, 1 block. Eric Bledsoe had a bounce back game, shot the ball well, 7 for 11, 1 assist and 1 steal. Bledsoe is the guy that this player every year he will have a he will have a stretch games where he just shoot the ball absolutely horribly, but because of his defense stats, right? His upside is always there. He can get you 3-4 steals a game. So you obviously want to roster this guy because he's getting the minutes. Lonzo Ball, another big game from him. Almost another triple-double, 16. Yeah, he's going to be really strong this year as long as he can stay healthy. I think he was always hurt the last couple years. JJ Redick, yeah, 17 minutes, you can forget about him. Josh Hart, big minutes, 34 minutes. He's a big rebound guy as a guard. So if you need rebound, grab him. He also give you some threes and some defensive stats. That's on the Pelicans. OKC. Yeah, like I don't know most of the guys on the OKC roster, right? Like Lou Dort and Darius Bazley. I know I started knowing those guys like in the bubble because they were playing really well. But both guys struggled. I wouldn't worry too much. The minutes are there. It's a blowout. Everybody played pretty bad, so you still want to roster those guys. Al Horford had a decent game, 7 for 9, but it doesn't really matter. He's still a 12-team guy. Shea, 20 minutes. Kind of struggled, but he's the number 1 guy. He'll have a fantastic season. George Hill, 24 minutes. You can roster him because right now he is the main point guard on this team. I don't see anybody else on this team that he'll get his 25 minutes a game, I think, unless they start tanking. Then they'll playing some of those rookie players. Nothing else to talk about. This guy Theo Maledon got 26 minutes. He was a -20, so I wouldn't worry too much. Let's go to the last game of the day. Phoenix Suns versus Utah Jazz. Suns been playing really well. I think how many games did they lose? They probably lost. They only lost like a game or 2. Really strong. Beat the Jazz, who's a good team. Mika Bridges, highest minutes on the team again. I think really strong game. Shot the ball really well. Made his 4 threes. 6 rebounds, no assists. I think this is the only kind of category that he's lacking. Everything he filled up the stat sheet everywhere else. 2 steals and a block. No turnovers. Yeah, because he doesn't get assists. He really just do catch and shoot and playing good defense. 16 rebounds, 16 points. Love it. Jay Crowder, they also playing him high minutes, but this guy is inconsistent. Does give you threes. So if you want threes and maybe some steals, you can stream this guy. DeAndre Ayton, chokes again. 2 for 8, 9 rebounds. He was the number one pick. I don't know how. It's weird when centers shoot the ball that badly, like 2 for 8. I guess he was playing against Rudy Gobert, who's defensive player of the year. So give him a pass there, but he just hasn't had a good season so far. Only 4 points. If you draft this guy in the second or third round, expecting 2010, yeah, he's not giving you that. The rebounds are there. The assist is there. The assist is really good. 3 assists for a center, 1 steal and block. But the scoring is, I guess, from a fantasy point, other than points and field goal, he's giving like everything else seems to be on par. 1 steal and 2 blocks is really good. But he's struggling at the moment. Only 28 minutes. Had 3 fouls, but I don't think he's in foul trouble. Devin Booker, 35 points. Really strong game, efficiency game, but struggled on the free throw line for whatever reason. 7 assists. It's good to see him getting 5+ assists. I was kind of worried that his assist numbers may not be that high when Chris Paul, is here, but 7 assists this game, which is good. Chris Paul, 30 minutes, only 4 for 13, 8 assists. You mainly getting Chris Paul for his good efficiency and assists and the steals and low turnovers as a point guard. He did not get you those steals, but the assists are there. But he will be better than this. I think he only had single-digit scoring game last game, but he doesn't really need to score on this team because you got all those guys. He did attempt the shot 13 times, but he doesn't need to average 20 points because you got many weapons on this team. Dario Saric, no. Cameron Payne, no. Cameron Johnson. Yeah, nobody else is fantasy relevant on this team. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell shot the ball poorly again. He's struggling. He's a +3 while he was on the court, while his teammate Mike Conley was -13. Rudy Gobert was -9. But Donovan Mitchell started off this season shooting the ball horribly and on high volume. So if you have him on your team, he's really tanking your team's field goal, like really, really tanking. On the other side, Mike Conley has been having a really good season so far compared to last season. The steals are there, 2 steals for assists, 16 points, so that's really good from Mike Conley. Rudy Gobert, another strong game, 18 points, 14 rebounds. That's what he give you. Struggled on free throw line, but that's okay. Royce O'Neal doesn't really matter. Bogdanovic struggled, 0 for 5, only attempted 5 shots. I think he had a really good season last year before he got hurt. He was averaging 20 points. But I think this year, because Mike Conley has been playing better and they're sharing the court a decent amount of time, so he might just become the third option on this team, given that Mike Conley is playing so much better. So Bogdanovic is not gonna have the same production he had last year, based on what we've seen so far. But obviously, roster this guy. This guy doesn't really give you. He only give you points and threes, really nothing else. So if he's not getting the volume, it's hard to roster him. Joe Ingles, 32 points. Yeah, Ingles is the guy that give you 10 points and 5 assists and 1 point something steals. So if you need assists and steals, grab this guy. But it seems that he's not even getting those this year. Jordan Clarkson, only 20 minutes. Yeah, he's a points guy, but only 20 points. 20 minutes for whatever reason. He still got his 11 shots, though. So, as you can see, Donovan Mitchell obviously is the big dog on the team, 23. But the next guy is probably Jordan Clarkson. He's just firing him away when he's coming off the bench. He's the usage guy. That's it about this game. I think that's all the games for today. I'll do another one tomorrow. See you guys.